fitness assessment of Kinje Pagay. To start, we will assess first the static postural assessment on the lateral view of his head. So, his head has a normal posture, a good posture. And then in his shoulder is protracted. So in his head, I will not put a check in the box because he has a good posture. And his shoulder, I will put a check in the protracted box in the left side and right. And in his lumbopelvic hip, we will see either he has an anteriorly tilted hip or a posteriorly tilted hip. And as we can see, he has a normal posture, a good posture. So we will not put a check on the box. And in the anterior view of his knees, we will see if he has an adducted or abducted knees. So as we can see, his knees are adducted because mostly his knees are facing each other. So I will put a check on the adducted part. And now we will examine if he has an internally rotated knees or externally rotated knees. So as we can see, his knees are not internally rotated and it is not also externally rotated. So we will not put a check on the box. So in the anterior view of his feet, we will examine if he has a flat feet or a normal feet. We will examine it by using a ball pen, and let's see if it has any gap. So obviously it has a gap, so he has a normal feet, and we will not put a check on the box because he does not have a flat feet. Then we will assess the dynamic postural assessment in his overhead squat. So now we will assess the anterior view of his feet, if when he performs the overhead squat, if his feet will turn out. So his feet doesn't turn out, then we will not put any check in the box. Then we will assess his knees, if his knees will move inward or outward when he perform the overhead squat. So his knees moves outward, so we will put a check on the box. So now we will assess his lumbopelvic hip on the lateral view. We will see either his low back will arch or his low back will round, or if he will excessively lean forward. So as we can see, he has a normal position in a good posture, and as we can observe in his movement, it is a solid form. So we will not put a check on the box. Now we will assess his shoulder on the lateral view. We will see if his arms will fall forward or he has a normal posture. So as you can see, his shoulders are aligned into his body and his arms doesn't fall forward. So we will not put a check on the box. So now we will assess his feet in the posterior view. Let's see if the heel of his foot will rise or his foot will flatten. So as we can see, his heel doesn't rise but his foot stays flat. So we will put a check on the foot flattens box. So now we will assess his lumbopelvic hip in the posterior view. We will see if there is a weight shift movement when he performs the overhead squat. So there is no weight movement and his body is symmetrical. So we will not put a check on the box. Now we will assess his shoulder, and we will see if his shoulder will elevate when he performs the overhead squat. So there is no signs of movement or a shrug in his shoulder, and it doesn't elevate. So we will not put a check in the box. So now we will start the partial curl up. This is the equipment that we use, the tape and the measuring tape, and the tape that is measured to 4 inches. So the proper form is this, not this. Then we will start doing the partial curl up. Time lapse sa height. 7, 8, ilaga. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Saan mo ka tiguang? Oh, age 60. 23 ang excellent. Kung 23 lang ako, basta po na tiguang na ka. Oo nga. Dapat yung makuha 43 kay 18 pa ka. 18 to 25 yung edad. Di ka 65 plus. Ilan naman?
33.
Well, yung bunga ng buwang. Yung bunga. Yung bungan.
7.
Yung bungan. Yung bungan. Yung bungan. Plus 7.
43.
Plus 7.
4.
Yung bungan ng galing sa gambak. Makita na yung video. Magilan na yung video. 49, 50.
So he did 50 repetitions, which is excellent for his age. His age is 19 years old. So I will put 50 repetitions in the IA and excellent in interpretation. So now we will start the anthropometry girth measurement. We will start from measuring his chest using centimeters, and we will start from the nipple area. And the measurement is 89 centimeters. So now we will measure his right extended arm in the upper part of his arm using centimeters. The measurement is 29 centimeters. So now we will measure his right forearm. So the measurement is 27 centimeters. So now we will measure his right thigh. In measuring his right thigh, we will have to measure from the knee to his thigh in 10 inches. Then after 10 inches, we will measure in centimeters. The measurement of his right thigh is 52 centimeters. So now we will measure his right calf using centimeters. The measurement of his right calf is 34 centimeters. So now we will measure his waist using inches. So the measurement of his waist is 30 inches and a half. So now we will measure his hips using inches. The measurement of his hips is 36 inches. So to get the waist and hip ratio, we will divide the waist and hips. So the measurement of his waist is 30.5 inches and the measurement of his hips is 36 inches. So 30.5 inches divided by 36 equals 0.84. So his waist and hip ratio is 0.84 and it does not exceed in 0.95, so he is not prone to chronic diseases. So now we will be doing the cardiorespiratory endurance 3-minute step test in a 12-inch stairs. And after he do the 3-minute step test, I will check his pulse for 1 minute. Timer starts now.
Yeah. No, grabe na.
30 seconds. Hindi naman.
Yeah.
20 na. Okay. 87 beats in 1 minute.
The IA.
In the cardiorespiratory endurance 3-minute step test, I will put 87 pulse in the IE. And he is categorized in good, so I will put good in the interpretation. That is all. Thank you.
But we'll be